Hey friends, welcome back to Danny Drama. Looks like the commentary creator known as Dead on Dave is back, and he has a new co-host.
How you doing? There's the one. How we doing? Welcome in, welcome back. Dead on Dave, new season. Now, let's see if you notice anything new, anything different, aside from the core. It's Blossom. Blossom's
guys.
here. How you doing? Welcome back at the Blossom.
Well, that was awkward.
This channel, talking about all the things that we want to talk about just makes more sense to always do it together. So Reconcilable Differences was born.
And right, yeah, it's not your whole channel. It's just like once a week.
Once a week.
Thank God for small miracles. That being said, a once-a-week show on Dave's channel means you're in the commentary community now, Blossom. Hope you're prepared.
This has actually been something that we've been wanting to do for a while. We were planning on doing more shows together before Thanksgiving happened.
Yes, I know. We broke up. That was sad.
It was sad. It was quite the thing. It was the Thanksgiving event of the season, apparently. Put me right in the middle of the
we had
the
a
fire
horrible
squad.
Thanksgiving.
What a terrible. First and foremost, so as interesting as it was being a news story for a change, because I mean, 14 years, it's very rare that I'm a freaking story.
I wonder what changed around you that caused you to be the story Dave. Any ideas?
So there was that, and then just having the worst holiday, just the fucking
Yeah, it
worst
was really bad and depressing.
holiday. It was a
but-
tough situation.
Mhm.
Maybe another trip to Vegas, funded by Blossom, would have made the holiday better, Dave.
Like I was just about that. We were about to decorate the tree, everything, right?
Whose
right
fault
there.
was it?
Oh, that's a trap.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Bar shit right there. It's a trap. It's a trap. Shit, the internet's. I'll blame the internet for 500, Alex. The reality is, if I'm being honest, it was both of our faults.
I don't believe that you believe that, Dave. Something tells me you both very much blame the commentary community and hold animosity towards them.
So here's the thing. The only dangerous thing about this is that this is a live stream, and I do not have the best track record
Yeah, no shit.
when it comes to... I'm more video edit than post. I am not live stream.
No.
So something I got to get used to because, I have a hard time editing my words. So I'm going to try my best to edit my words and choose my words very carefully.
Thank you for telling the truth here, Blossom.
A moment of honesty is refreshing. However, that little disclaimer won't protect you from criticism, Blossom. Don't try to lean back on it in the future when you inevitably have a bad take or say some ignorant shit. After all, history does have a way of repeating itself.
So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing about this community. You don't always have to until you do. Until you do.
So true, Dave. Put a pin in that. We'll touch back on your statement there a little later in the video.
So that was the thing. So basically, when we started dating, we had an incident on air. Happened from an on-air incident. So I mean, basically, it started there. We never really addressed everything that happened fully, and I think over time that kind of just got a little worse. And it's not even that we had a lot of issues when it came to this. It was just whenever we did, it was the same fight. It was the same issue.
yeah, there was always like one big elephant in the room.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, from the first situation back in April, March. Yeah,
back up.
yeah.
By elephant, are you referring to Peep or Riveter?
What was the one big elephant in the room, Blossom? Say it. You're in commentary now. Quit pussyfooting around.
It was just kind of we never fully talked about things, and we didn't really get our communication right.
You mean you couldn't keep your story straight?
And that's it. When you don't communicate properly, it kind of just screws everything up. So then we have fast forward a little bit to around Thanksgiving. I do a stream, we have a situation, and we decided to call it quits.
Yeah.
It didn't take us long to realize that
Well,
really
actually,
wasn't
we
going
went
to
to
work.
therapy though.
We did.
Worked it out and went to therapy, huh? Must have been some banger therapy. Less than 2 weeks after you broke up, you started a new channel together. And a few days after that, you uploaded your first video. 2 weeks of therapy fixed everything, did it?
something I kind of wanted to address too. Man, no one seems to be having fun anymore. I'm really hoping that this show will allow some fucking fun to be had.
This show with Blossom is supposed to bring fun back to the commentary community. Be serious, Dave. Stick with the hats.
So basically, I'm bringing back some shows. I'm bringing back gaming to this channel, and this will be part of it. This is going to be the Sunday show we're going to do every week. We're going to talk about everything that's going on, whatever really just tickles our fancy. If it's something interesting, something, whatever is just going on at the moment. It really could be just about anything, and we will take some calls, some guests at times as well. We're still
and I
working
don't
on some of the
mind
things.
the calls, but I don't want to do this thing, at least today. I definitely don't want to do this thing where I'm like talking to someone for forever. Like, you know how you talk to people forever on here?
Dave's call-ins didn't last forever, Blossom. He usually got him in and got him out. His co-hosts, on the other hand, were there for the entirety of his show. But that's because they were co-hosting. Are you talking about call-ins or Dave's former co-hosts?
So why did you break up with me?
So she did break up with you. I'm only asking because your story has changed a couple times now. First it was her, then you said it was a mutual decision, and now you're confirming it was her who broke up with you. Duly noted.
Was it because they made fun of Wendy's chili? Because I've always
Well, that was part of
felt
it.
like
I mean,
That was part of why you broke up with Dave? Holy shit, Blossom. If people making fun of the fucking chili was part of the reason why you broke up with him, you two are going to have a very, very difficult time doing this show together.
everyone ruined Wendy's chilies for me for a bit. It wasn't that long, for like a week, and that was fine again. But still, it was ruined for a week, okay?
Complete strangers on the internet clowning on you for freezing copious amounts of Wendy's chili had the ability to ruin it for you for a whole week? That's crazy. You know they make that shit fresh daily, right? You don't have to freeze it. Also, I prefer Steak and Shake personally.
But yeah, like honestly, at the end of the day, we worked out our crap, and that's that, really.
Blossom dear, you didn't really answer Dave's question. Why did you break up with him?
that was the first thing that they did. They ruined Wendy's for you.
Yeah, for a full week, I did not have chili.
So did you think we weren't going to get back together?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were done. You broke up with me on, well, we broke up on, that's another thing. I kept freaking fumbling that. That's just the words I always end up using. But
Yes, Dave, don't forget the script.
part of what we want to do here is just be able to talk about some of the,
But
anything.
to be very clear, it wasn't about like,
It wasn't about them.
yeah, it was never really about
No,
the online people. It was about you and me.
you and me.
So
Ah, there you go. You kind of answered Dave's question from earlier. It wasn't the internet that caused your breakup. It was the two of you.
Could have fooled me.
Let's jump right into some of the things that we've seen. So when all of that happens, we a whole bunch of people comment, and then what I've seen from that point on is the emphasis on the Spurg, the Spurg world. and
what?
Spurg
Okay,
moments.
what is a spurg?
Well, I can give you a perfect example.
Okay.
So remember when we had the breakup?
Mhm.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
just making sure we remember. And I went online and tried to like I tried to damage control stuff. Look, I don't get into these things. I have done a very good job of not having fucking drama.
Mhm.
This one.
So you do realize why you were the story, as you put it. At least you're aware.
So what about that situation do you want to wrap up with? Is there anything you want to kind of leave in the dirt there? Is
About
there
what?
anything from Thanksgiving, anything that anything about Spurgs, anything that you may have learned from that, anything at all that just was interesting? This is the good moment for that.
Well, I got a few things wrong, but it's all because I should have just asked you, but I was trying to stay out of everything. I didn't want to be like, hey, like, you know, what did so and so say?
I'm glad you said that.
And so and so say, and I didn't want to do all that. And I should have, had I just been like, hey, Dave, did so and so say this or yada yada yada, then I wouldn't have done the whole Twitter thing. But
How were you trying to stay out of it when you were covering said thing? You made a video, Blossom. You were already in the thing when the thing became a thing.
What are some of the things that you felt that you got? You said you got some stuff wrong. What did you feel you got wrong?
Well, damn.
I just need to tap dance while I look at the audio settings. So I thought I'd let you answer something difficult while I do that.
I don't know. Like, honestly, we talked about this in therapy months ago, and we're in March now. So I just know when the drama went down, when I was covering a story, we got a few things wrong. And I could have just asked you.
Yeah.
And I tried to go through every single loop and try to, and I was also talking to other people who were involved in the situation. So then I was like, okay, asking permission to use screenshots and things like that.
Was that an apology? It didn't sound like an apology.
So you got a story wrong and were talking to people on one side of that drama. People who were biased. And I speculate that because these biased people confirmed your biased take, Blossom, that's the real reason you didn't ask Dave, isn't it? You wanted to believe what they were telling you because of your own bias, so you did.
So what would you like to talk about? Lord knows there is a ton of things.
Well, I have a question.
Okay.
So, this is a Nicholas Duomo question.
Oh, God.
Of course I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
So, do you think when he sent out that tweet and he misspelled that word, was that intentional? Or do you think he was being, racist?
I don't know.
Oh, no. Oh, Dave.
I mean, to even talk about that, you got to talk about what happened with it. Like the first tweet where, you responded to that, when he was under a different account and everything. So, I mean, the best answer that I can give is I don't know.
You don't know? What do you mean you don't know? Nick is your friend Dave, or was up until this stream from what I hear, and you don't know if he's racist or not. Because that is what she's asking you, Dave.
Hey guys, I'm fluent and dead on Dave and knees. When he said I don't know, he meant I don't want to piss her off and have to go back to therapy. Seems like Dave's the one who's walking on eggshells.
You two rambled on in this video about Blossom not knowing the account she retweeted was Nick, as if that context matters at all to the question she asked you. Verbal diarrhea for over 3 minutes before you finally expand on your initial answer of I don't know. Why don't we take a look at what Nick thought? Is Dave live with his retarded girlfriend discussing whether I was a racist when I criticized her right now? LMAO?
So, first and foremost, I would like to say that as long as I've known Nick, I would like to think that he would not openly try to make a racist remark. I would like to think that. As long as I've known him, I've never, with an intention of being a racist, I would not put him on that hand. That being said, the misspelling of the word bite, where the only definition of it has the connotation that it does, in a tweet where you're talking about that if you were going to have a racist comment, that it would be really clever, and then to have a clever spelling that maybe 30%, 20% people even caught. I'm still always going to lean towards the benefit, but it's if you're intending to be edgy, it's all bets are off, because that's the world that we play in. That's the playground that I've always accepted. So part of non-judgment is that's the rules I've always played by. If I'm going to make jokes, I'm not going to judge other people's jokes, because once I start judging other people's jokes, I can't make my jokes. Now, whether or not that's true, I don't know. To me, that's truth. I can't do it if I'm feeling like I'm judging others and then that people are telling me what I can't say. It's just that's all you're doing. Right. So I try to avoid that.
That isn't a definitive no, Dave. Geez, it's not a complicated question, man. Sounds like you're playing by a new set of rules.
Dave, I believe I remember Nick saying that he didn't know. I mean, and that's good enough for me, but I'm not the one that, I can understand how you're going to take it. And so at the end of the day, that's always the line you have to walk.
Dave, you continue to pussy pop while doing handstands for over 7 minutes while not saying that you don't think Nick is racist. So, Dave's friends are racist, but he isn't. Is that correct, Miss Blossom?
If you're gonna have a remark like that, or if you might have to deal with somebody feeling that way, and I totally get that. So. What did you feel about it? How did you feel that it was with intent?
Well, I don't know. When you add, you would say it clever. When you put that addition to it that if you were gonna be racist, then you would say it in a clever way. To me, you're kind of like telling on yourself. But, you know, to each their own. Is it possible that it was a mistake? Of course it's possible. Anything is possible. So,
Yeah. That's probably about as good as you're going to get.
yeah, that's my answer.
And, you know, it's probably the best answer because at the end of the day, who gives a shit?
I would imagine Nick gives a shit. You know Nick, your friend. Oops. I mean, former friend. Remember when you said you don't always have to watch your words in the commentary community until you do, Dave?
Bro, I am never doing any favors for these freaks again, Lemaire.
Guess this was one of those times.
And if you can dish it out and take it, I think that you can last in here and just say what you want. But if they think you're taking it seriously, they're gonna try to expose it.
Mm.
It sucks, but sometimes that's you gotta be steel hot.
Wow.
Welcome to the commentary community, Blossom. I gather it's going to be a bumpy ride for you.
So we're going to brag a little bit,
Are you bragging?
just a little bit about
All right.
our other project.
Ah.
Yeah. It's okay now.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
It's okay now? Ah, I see. You were hiding your new podcast from the commentary community.
So all right, so I actually started Instagram a while ago, and it came to be like a meme page.
It had a little success.
Yeah, a little success. And now that meme page is now called the Rude Customers Podcast. So we've had that going on for quite some time.
Quite a while, yeah.
40 episodes. And we have over 70,000 followers on Instagram.
Mhm.
Okay, we were killing and doing the damn thing.
Doing it.
And yeah, so
We've
if
been
you
on
wanna-
a little break, but you can find us there.
yeah, because I had my thyroidectomy, so I had surgery. So yeah, starting tomorrow, we should be back with the podcast
Season 2.
again. Season 2. I know, it's funny. We did 40 episodes, and now we're calling it season 2 because of the new set.
The break was long enough and
I
we got
know.
a set, so it's like we got to call it something,
Mhm.
which I'm very excited about. And that was the funny thing, too. It's like, because part of the reason, and I'm sure, I don't know if anyone is going to have anything to say about it, but part of the reason why we decided not to say anything until now about anything is because, for one, that was some of the advice that people were saying out there. If you guys do get back, just shut the fuck up. That wasn't even part of it was just made more sense to kind of just do our thing.
Mhm.
But that was the funny part, is because we've been doing these shows in the morning every day, and we have a YouTube channel.
Right.
It's like, it's really, really funny because it just kind of shows you how big the internet is,
Mhm.
like, and how little it really does matter.
I know, it's funny because we were like, no one found. Well, I don't know if no one.
Pretty much, as
but
far as I know, like,
We did.
I'm trying to think. Is there any other questions I should ask you?
you can ask anything you like.
Are you still friends with anybody?
I don't talk to anybody. I mean, but that's
Is that because of me? Did I ruin that? Did I ruin your show?
I don't think you ruined my show.
That's a good question.
Holy hell, that's loaded.
Oh, that's a question. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
perspective.
If you guys also have questions, because I'm like, that was a really good question. Did I ruin your show? Am I the reason why you don't have a show anymore? Am I the reason why
No, so-
Riveter left? Am I the reason, basically, why you don't have your setup anymore, Monday through Fridays or Monday through?
Yes, Blossom. You ruined the show, the channel, the friendships, the list goes on.
Some might consider you to be the Yoko Ono of the commentary community. But let's listen to Dave try to over-explain why Blossom isn't the reason.
Well,
Or
I
throughout the
can give you some sort of an answer there. No, I don't think you are. No, and the reason for that is, so when the first incident happened back in March, April, back in early in the year, what people don't know is Riveter and I had already started talking about him starting to break away. And in fact, a couple of months prior, Riveter wanted to start focusing on more of his own things. Now, I don't know if relationships or if anything else had anything to do with it. I don't think so. I think Riveter definitely wanted to start doing more side projects, more solo. He dedicated a lot of time to the show, man. I mean, he really put together a lot of shows. He was there a lot. So I got it. I understood. And because I had 90 other co-hosts, I don't give a shit. Somebody else would step up. Nobody else stepped up. I had 90 other co-hosts. I don't give a shit. Somebody else would step up. Nobody else stepped up.
Are you fucking kidding me? What do you mean, 90 other co-hosts and no one stepped up? It's your channel, Dave. The only person who should have stepped up is you, not Nick. Not Bo Blacks or Willie, not Xylee or Drew, not Riveter, and not anyone else who ever came on your channel to help you out on your show. You didn't step up to find yourself a new producer. And you didn't step up to be your own producer. Let's face it, Dave, you dropped the ball.
Well, I know one thing that I was criticized for, which is the walking on eggshell part, is that I wasn't a good girlfriend because I kept coming after Dave's friends. But with that being said, whether that's true or not, you can believe what you want to believe, that's fine. I didn't feel like, I don't know, I feel like to me, real friends, real ones, like Udoka in the chat, you know, real ones, people who are like your friends. Like, I don't know. And so obviously we have two different opinions on what a friend is, and that's perfectly fine.
Oh my fucking God, duh. Use your words, Aiko.
But I just feel like you're such a really nice, loving person. You're like a nice marshmallow. You're a squishy marshmallow. And yeah, you're so sweet. And so I hope one day you really are able to have like, I want you to have like your friends, you know what I mean? Your friends that you can talk to at any time. You don't have to worry about so-and-so going back to so-and-so saying this and that and the other. Like, I love you so much, and I want you to have friends. Like, I want you to have people you can go to no matter what. I want you to have people that will still have your back no matter what.
I understand that.
He has friends and had. You say you want him to have real friends, Blossom, but you give no examples of what that means or how any of Dave's friendships aren't real. Just say you don't like them and that you want Dave to also not like them. And while you're at it, say their names. Which friends? You already asked about Nick, and Dave fumbled it pretty bad. Might as well throw all caution to the wind at this point.
It seems as if the two of you had no plan for this stream. I don't know if that was the right move. You rambled and you over-explained, while at the same time, pussyfooting around every difficult inquiry. Bridges were burnt. To end this video, we leave you with this.
Oh, shit. Look at that.
Some Wendy's.
I think it's worth a
Chili's.
toast.
Yeah.
So look, we're here. We're back. We've got a multi-camera setup.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to you.
Cheers, my dude.
Welcome to the commentary community, Blossom, and good luck to you both. You're gonna need it.